generation is the most conservative generation that we have seen in well over 50 years, and the numbers show it.
In the quiet suburbs of Chicago, a child is born. October 14th, 1993, Arlington Heights, Illinois. A boy whose world seems calm, who walks neat sidewalks, who hears house alarms instead of sirens. Most would call that comfort, but for one young mind, it was a cage waiting to be broken. Charlie Kirk didn't grow up on the front lines of power. He grew up with an architect father, a mother working in mental health care. Stable, predictable, middle class. Still, early in life, Charlie sensed the world wasn't shaped by comfort. He sensed ideas mattered, and beliefs had weight. As a young teen, Charlie began to question what surrounded him in textbooks, in media, in politics. He discovered the works of free market economists like Milton Friedman. Friedman's words about liberty, markets, limited government, they resonated. They made him doubt that the narratives in school, in textbooks, were neutral. At high school during his senior years, Charlie didn't just learn, he acted. In what many would call minor teenage activism, he protested a cafeteria cookie price increase. He wrote an op-ed, public, bold, criticizing what he saw as liberal bias in his AP economics textbook. That op-ed landed him on national media, the Fox News, not as a student, but as a voice. Not many resist being shaped by school. Not many demand that what's taught be challenged. Charlie did, and in doing that, he found his first taste of power. After high school, Charlie enrolled briefly at a community college near Chicago, Harper College. But he didn't stay long. Why? Because he'd glimpsed a different possibility, an organization, a movement, a platform. He met a veteran Tea Party activist, Bill Montgomery, at a Youth Government Day speaking event in 2012. Montgomery saw something rare, raw passion, conviction, ambition, and offered Charlie a choice: stay in school or fight for what he believed on campus. Just after his high school graduation, at age 18, Charlie and Montgomery launched Turning Point USA, TPUSA, a nonprofit aimed at mobilizing young conservatives on high school and college campuses. No guarantee, no safety net, just conviction, determination, and a mission.
About 15 campuses, and we're growing very, very quickly.
At first, TPUSA was small. They held informal meetings, passed flyers, talked to students, distributed ideas, argued, persisted. But Charlie had something else. He had charisma, he had urgency, and he had conviction. At the 2012 Republican National Convention, 18-year-old Charlie Kirk met a major donor, Foster Friess. Within days, TPUSA received a 5-figure donation, enough to buy materials, mobilize outreach, and expand. Donor money, campus chapters, word-of-mouth momentum. What began as teenage conviction became a real organization. By mid-20s, TPUSA was no longer fringe, it was powerful. By 2023, TPUSA reportedly had presence on thousands of high school and college campuses nationwide. Revenue skyrocketed, from modest beginnings to tens of millions of dollars. Charlie transformed from unknown kid to national figure, a voice for conservative youth, a contender in political influence, a controversial but unmistakable force. Power attracts backlash. Influence attracts enemies. TPUSA launched bold initiatives, including the now infamous Professor Watch List and School Board Watch List, inviting students to report professors they believed promoted liberal or woke ideas. For many, it was a threat to academic freedom. For others, a call to hold institutions accountable. Campus debates, sometimes heated, became regular. Charlie's message, unapologetic, confrontational, confident. Supporters saw honesty. Critics saw provocation, misinformation, division, polarizations. He became a public figure defined by extremes, beloved by millions, reviled by others. But he rarely backed down. He continued tours, shows, speeches, debates, campaigns. Charlie Kirk didn't escape the world he was born into by fate. He escaped it by will, by idea, by risk. He built a movement when most would have taken a safer path. He stirred controversy when most would stay silent. He turned words, ideas, into action. And in doing so, he made his mark on a generation. His story isn't a fairy tale. It's a challenge, an argument, a call to believe or to question, to fight or to fear, to build or to complain. Because if one kid from a quiet suburb could change the game, then maybe the next voice could be yours.
Here for a couple hours.